Hey friends, it's Theresa here and welcome back to my channel. Today I have a 12 by 12 scrapbook layout for you for the Clique Kits International Creative Team, and I'm working with the Blooming Wild Sampler Kit featuring Paige Evans' Blooming Wild collection. You saw there a selection of pattern papers, the puffy florals, the cute little ladybugs, the sequins, 2 embellishment packs, and also the alphabet set and the puffy title. So I chose to work with this pattern paper. I love anything that has a rainbow of colors around it, through it, inside it, within it. And this certainly fit that bill. And what I thought I would do is sort of cut out 2 areas of these colorful stripes and put the photo behind one of those, and you put the sequins behind another of the open spaces. And so I went ahead and printed out my photo. This is a photo from 2021. We were still wearing masks, not going out a lot at that time, but we did make a fun little surprise trip into Greensboro to eat at a classic little ice cream, mom and pop ice cream shop called Yum Yums. And if you are familiar with the Greensboro Triad area, then you know exactly what I'm talking about. And so we took the kids over there. There was a vintage arcade that they wanted to see what was like, and of course we needed to get some ice cream. So this is the concept of my layout, and what I grabbed to help pull it all together was a plain white cardstock for the back, and also a sheet of plain 12 by 12 vellum for the sequin pocket. And so of course they're going to be that fun little triangle shape. And what I discovered was this kind of creates a great dynamic movement across the page on the diagonal. And anytime you use diagonal lines, you're going to get a pretty dynamic, bold statement here in a layout. And then look at this. I'm doing the wrong thing here. So the photo is not supposed to be under vellum. What I did was I ran tape around the edges of both vellum sections, and then I went back and trimmed out the vellum that was covering the photo, because that's not supposed to be there. I just needed the vellum for the sequins, and I wanted to make sure that there was plenty of space for the adhesive to keep those sequins in place. And of course, the photo itself, I printed it at like 6 by 7, and the widest points of the space was 6 inches. So it's off a little bit by how I cropped it, and I'm going to go back later and crop that back down closer in. So that part right there was just me adhering the whole thing onto the back cardstock, just to give it the stability that it needs, and again to be able to create that pocket for the sequins. And so I've already got the tape runner adhesive along those 2 edges, and then I'm going to go back after I put the sequins in. I'm going to go back and sew over that. I didn't film that, but what I did was I went around the sequin pocket, and I also went across and up beside the photo and underneath the photo. I didn't do the outer edge of the photo because I didn't want to stitch on the photo itself. But for the sequin pocket, I did go ahead and sew the pocket closed. And so everything is in place. It's all adhered down. And the only thing that's left to do is to add all the fun pieces. And again, I already mentioned this great diagonal line that goes that pink stripe there underneath the purple into the green stripe. I think will make a fun little spot for the title. But I gotta figure out, like, what do I want my title to be? There were some great choices in this puffy title pack. And then there was a combination of different color alphabets within the words. I don't know what I'm trying to say. Some of the words were a solid color and some of the words are alternating colors. And so I decided that this works out perfect. Awesome and sweet were alternating colors, and the ampersand goes great right there in the center. Right there in the center where all these colors converge. What a fun title that turned out to be. And then these adorable little floral puffies. I just have to tell you that I don't think there's anything better than floral puffies. Do you? I don't think. I've always loved hearts and stars, but the little flowers just take it to another level. So I added those at the beginning and the end of the title. And then I was debating what other embellishments to add here. I'm just kind of going through some of them. Also, I'm trying to figure out how I want to do my journaling. And there were these little banners. And I think that's going to make some cute little journal spots. And a place for the date and the location. There weren't any actual labels in the embellishment pack, but this is a great way to make a label, and I'm going to show you how I'm going to do it really easily here. I just got to figure out where I want to put them, and I thought at first I would put them all three at the bottom, but then I decided that they should follow the same line as the title. And I'm going to leave the rainbow strips unadorned on those outer edges. And actually kind of keep the embellishments down to a minimum. I've pulled in a couple of floral clusters just to tuck underneath the little banners. And that's it for embellishments. It already has a lot, obviously, a lot going on, and it stands pretty well by itself, I think. So, but I'm still just trying to figure out, like, what's the best little floral cluster or whatever, and then I'm going to go ahead and glue those down. And so I'm going to write a few sentences on the left-hand side there, and then add my date here and the location on the right-hand side underneath the photo, and lining up that little floral cluster there. And so here's how I'm going to make these a journaling spot. This is a big whiteout. Have you guys ever seen this? It's just correction tape. And I've discovered if you can write on that if you just don't press down too hard. And it makes your journaling, it makes your words pop up off of those banners, especially if your background is really bright, colorful, busy. These are just bright, and so this way the words that I write, the black ink will kind of stand out there, and they're also lined, and so they make a great spot. They make a great spot for journaling. The little ladybugs, I had to include these on the layout. So they're going to also follow the line of the title, and they're just going to, it's going to be like they've made a little trail going above and then underneath the title, leading your eye sort of across the page from left to right. And that is such a happy little addition there. The only thing I have left to do is to write my words. So I grabbed my pen and I'm going to just do that. I hope that you will join us over in the Clique Kits Facebook group. Also, I will leave links down below for the product where you can purchase that at cliquekits.com. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you back here again soon. Bye-bye.